And we're back yet again. I'm definitely tapped in today. So first I want to start this video by saying thank you so much for the support of my David, The Price of Fame video. It has over 15,000 views, so continue to watch that video. So I'm back again with David, The Devil is in the Details. So let's get into it. And as always, if you enjoy content like this, be sure to like, share, and follow. So David ordered 2 chainsaws, a body bag, and a shovel after unaliving Celeste, prosecutors claim. David went on Amazon and purchased a couple chainsaws after he did this to Celeste Rivas and stood by while she bled out. This according to prosecutors in the case. According to new docs filed by prosecutors, investigators claim the singer did this to Rivas until she was unalived at his Hollywood Hills home on April 23rd of last year after ordering an Uber to bring the 14-year-old all the way from her family's home in Lake Elsinore, California. Once she was there, the prosecutors allege David did that to Celeste until she was unalived, and the next day ordered a shovel from Home Depot. And allegedly it's the Home Depot. Like, that's the name of it, the Home Depot. You know, the timeline I'm from is Home Depot, but in this timeline it's called the Home Depot. So apparently the person who wrote this is from my timeline, but I digress, which was delivered to his home through Postmates. About a week later, on May 1st, they allege he purchased 2 chainsaws from Amazon and also delivered to his home. And 4 days later, followed up by buying the body bag and heavy-duty laundry bags and the blue inflatable pool. The star allegedly placed Riva's body into the blue inflatable pool to prevent her blood from spilling all over the garage floor. Prosecutors say he then used the chainsaw and possibly other tools to dismember her with gruesome detail. Prosecutors claim David amputated the ring finger and the pinky finger on Celeste's left hand because she had a tattoo of his name on her ring finger, which had not been recovered. So who knows what he did with that. Sick bastard. In September 2025, authorities say they found evidence consistent with the dismemberment of the victim's body in the inflatable pool, which contained multiple linear cuts. Several biological samples which tested positive for blood were collected within the garage area. The medical examiner's report noted that there were blue plastic fragments consistent with the blue pool material, according to prosecutors, found embedded in Celeste's body parts. As for when David and Rivas met, prosecutors claim, it was way back in 2022, as you may recall from my earlier video, when she was just 11 years old. The docs say their relationship began in November of 2023 when she was only 13 and he was 18. So he was definitely old enough to know better. Celeste Rivas' dad refutes rumors family got money from David. An attorney for the Rivas family is refuting online speculation that the family was paid for their silence regarding Rivas' relationship with the musician. Now, this is something that people have been saying from the beginning, that the family had got paid off. So this is the first time I've heard the family speaking out about it. So let's see what the dad had to say. Celeste Rivas' family denies having any contact with David or accepting any money from him. David was charged with first-degree unaliving with special circumstances of lying in wait in connection with the unaliving of the 14-year-old. Rivas' dismembered body was found in the trunk of David's Tesla in the Hollywood Hills in LA back in 2025. Her father is shutting down online speculation that the family was paid by David in exchange for their silence on his alleged relationship with her. The father said, "I never had any contact with this guy and we haven't received any money from him or anyone in his family." The new statement from the Rivas family comes days after prosecutors alleged that Burke, 22, drove to Rivas' parents' Lake Elsinore home and paid a junior high school student in the victim's class $1,000 to give the victim a cell phone he purchased so they could stay in contact. This story just gets more and more gross and more just atrocious Prosecutors made the allegation in a preliminary hearing brief released on Wednesday, April 29th. Text exchanges between the victim and the defendant contain references to this, and this, and use of the Plan B emergency contraceptive. So it's very obvious that, this whole David Celeste story is nowhere near being finished. And I am willing to bet there may even be some more victims that come forward, not necessarily that's been unalived, but, that's been hurt. And I think there already, has been some talk of, some of the materials that have been found do involve, some other minors. So this is such an unfortunate situation that definitely could have been prevented. But as always, you know, I included some of my opinion. So TikTok, please do not mess with my video. My opinion is for entertainment purposes only. And if you enjoy content like this, be sure to like, share, and follow.